It runs the play for you.
No, man, you got to walk these kids through it.
KG,
These are our kids. These are kids that didn't want to get whooped. We didn't whoop these kids. We helped them up. We didn't want them to get hurt. We spoiled the shit out of these kids. Guess what?
Yeah.
We got to take them to the water, drink, and then show them how to drink. Okay, you copy me. Like that's if we're not showing somebody an example, boy, these kids are they go off examples of how they're shown.
So I got a statement. Call it controversial or whatever, you know, what have you want to call it. But I'm here to say right now that USA basketball, not just like the NBA. I'm talking about the entire ecosystem of basketball in America is on a decline. Like we're on a tremendous decline. We're in trouble, people. We got a problem. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the world has caught up with us in the sport of basketball. Because in those last USA games, those Olympic games, excuse me, you know, we barely squeaked by in that gold medal game. And in the 3v3 basketball section, we got completely destroyed. Like I think we left with like a bronze or barely got a bronze, I think, you know. And I think that's really telling, right? Now, I'm not about to sit here and sound the alarm like, oh my gosh, you know, it's over. We're pretty much, you know, falling off, right? I'm not ready to say we've fallen off, but we are falling though, right? And before anybody try to say that, oh man, you know, cap or I'm just making it up, or oh, I'm just like doom uploading, you know, about where basketball is at. So if you guys want to listen to me, then, you know, I do want to bring up something that Mike Bibby and Kevin Garnett, they actually had a conversation a little bit about this. So yeah, we're going to do this. It's kind of old, but I think it's pretty relevant, you know, today.
When you speaking to these players, what examples are you giving these players? Because you got to give them some examples, Mike. You can't just give them the liberty that they know what you're talking about. You got to show them. You got to literally show them, man, check out Dennis Robbins. Watch how he deny this wing. Watch how he ride the pick over right here. Watch how he did A, B, and C. You got to do that today.
See, but like kids don't watch film. They don't watch guys of the old time. I don't even know if kids watch basketball anymore today, KG. You know, like we have to give them film. We put film on the thing, and with us it was like we gave all these guys these film. You know, I mean, we got playbooks, KG, to where it's like.
You got to walk
it runs the play for you.
No, man, you got to walk these kids through it.
KG,
these are our kids. These are kids that didn't want to get whooped. We didn't whoop these kids. We helped them up. We didn't want them to get hurt. We spoiled the shit out of these kids. Guess what?
Yeah.
We got to take them to the water, drink, and then show them how to drink. Okay, you copy me. Like that's if we're not showing somebody an example, boy, these kids are they go off examples of how they're shown. I'm telling you, watch, man. Give them an example who you talking about.
We run plays for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and can't get it. You know what I mean? It's like you try to put them in the easiest situations you can for them as far as dribble handoffs, try to make plays. You put them in zoom actions and stuff like that. But as far as like trying to cater to these kids, like with us, I'd be like, KG, you got to be here because that's going to make the pass here go this way and that way. We could understand that. But when you tell these kids today that, it's like, nah, I gotta see it. I gotta see how you're doing it.
See, and before anybody, you know, again, this is Mike Bibby. This is Mike Bibby, seasoned veteran, multiple seasons in the NBA, point guard, played for Sacramento Kings back in the day. And then you got KG, Hall of Famer, right? So I'm just a dude on the internet, but these guys, right, are certified, right? So again, and just to make it clear, Mike Bibby is talking about Division I basketball player. He's not talking about D3. He's not talking about, you know, high school kids or middle school. No, he's talking about Division I college basketball players. Mike Bibby recently, over the last, like, I guess, couple of years so far now, that he has been over think what is it, Sacramento or Sacramento State is which one of them, but one of the Sacramentos. He took over the program for like the last like handful of years, and he's talking about the kids coming up in his program. Right? We're talking about 18-year-olds, 17, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds who have been playing basketball since they were little, since they were at least somewhere in the range of somewhere between 5. They started 5 to 8 years old playing basketball and don't know a lick of nothing about actually playing basketball and have little to zero basketball IQ. Now, how is that possible? Like, how is that? How do you make it to Division I, get a scholarship, get on campus, and you know nothing? You can't retain information. You just heard it, not watching film, it just no IQ at all, right? No type of imagine. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. You're a Division I basketball player and you don't know the basics of basketball, right? But again, these guys are certified. I'm certified. I got 20 plus years of experience. But for people like me, we're not making this stuff up. Like me, who's coaching at the middle school level or coaching people coaching at the high school level. Like, we're not making this stuff up, bro. Like, it's bad that a lot of these kids, very talented, like their talent carries them, but they're not being taught the game, right? But we just making this up. People like me who come on here and talk about this type of stuff.
And then we do it every day. Like, we spend a lot of time drilling stuff. We spend a lot of time showing film, getting out there ourselves. My son even gets into practice just to show him the way of how to play. He plays with some of the kids on the team just to show him how to draw. He doesn't really shoot too much. He'll shoot, but he gets to the point of show him how to play, how to communicate. Like, no one talks. Right. Like, we sit there and no one will talk. Hey, so we got to talk. We got to communicate. And there'll be a switch that we know we're switching. And two people they're looking at each other like, do you go? Do I go? Do I go? And it's fucking communicate. It's simple. Just talk.
Bruh, I deal with this all the time. Like, that's something that you should learn in middle school. That's something that I'm dealing with, right? Teaching my kids how to talk on the floor, how to communicate, move as a unit, right? That's something that you learn in middle school. That's a middle school concept that you should have down. Right. So I expect 6th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders, right, to be on the court not saying nothing, don't know how to communicate, don't know how to call out a ball screen, don't know how to hedge, don't know how to, call over, under, switch, step up. This is basic basketball. It ain't rocket science, bro. Basketball is not a hard game. It's pretty simple, pretty easy to play. But you got the system, and this is what it ties into what I said earlier before we even started looking at this video. This is the problem. Nobody's teaching basketball no more. Nobody's teaching the fundamentals. It's all about bag work. It's all about training. It's all about training and being a cone baby, right? It's all about having this deep repertoire of moves, but don't know the basics of how to play 5-on-5 basketball. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with bag work. There's nothing wrong with having a deep inventory of moves. It's necessary, right? It's necessary to be able to counter and have some type of creativity. That's fun, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That's the fun. That's the excitement of the game. But at the end of the day, that's like 0.1% of basketball. There's 99.98% of so much other stuff that you need to know if you want to get to the next level, right? If you want to play professional basketball, whether that's overseas or if that's going to be maybe possibly in the NBA. It's a very tiny percentage. But if you want to give yourself the best chance of being a professional basketball player, bro, you got to know at least the basics. And so you got Division I coaches like Mike Bibby who are getting kids that are playing all these years of basketball with all the AAU, all the bro, these kids playing 100 games a weekend in AAU. AAU is a freaking joke. These kids don't know nothing. You playing that many games and you don't know nothing? But I don't blame the kids. I blame the coaches. I blame the system. Because AAU is a freaking joke. These kids ain't learning nothing. They playing all that basketball, all those games, but they ain't been taught anything because all they're taught at that level in AAU is full court press and get up and down the floor. That's it. We'll put them in a half court. Kids don't know how to do nothing other than, trying to do the 4 dribble tween, step back that they practice for 2 hours in front of a cone. It's sad, bro. It's sad. And we wonder why the world has caught up to us in basketball. And I would not be surprised. Again, mark my words right here, right now. I would not be surprised, bro. Come the next Olympic Games or FIBA game, we're going to be getting our face kicked in. I'm just saying. Because the system that we have, or lack thereof, is really hurting kids learning really how to really hoop for real.
And what I remember about you always playing, you were talking on everything, even when you weren't in the play. You know what I mean? And that goes a long way, and it shows people and it gets people aware. And like I said, the kids weren't as advanced as us back then, but right now, but I'm trying to instill all these habits and break all the old habits that they had before.
This is why I see the summers being so important. Development, being able to do simple shit, dribbling behind your back, right hand, left hand, like stuff that you wouldn't even think about, right? Mm-hmm. Most of these kids wouldn't even understand getting on the treadmill, singing, being loud on the court, being able to open up your lung capacity. So it sounds like you're at the basics of basketball, of IQ, where you have to actually go in and actually teach a certain mentality versus, thinking some kids know it. Now, in that, does the way that you teach and the expecting of the basis, is this how you're recruiting? Are you recruiting older, smarter players, or trying to look for players who can understand certain, or be on a certain IQ level, or are you? Is this affecting your recruitment and on the player that you were starting to recruit?
No, see, because with us, we started the recruitment situation kind of late because they hired me a little late,
Gotcha.
And I got to see film. So a lot of guys I have are from just watching film, and off that. But moving forward, we just got a 4-star kid. That first time in school history, a 4-star kid has signed with the school, and it was my pick. Like, I went and watched this kid play at EYBL, and there was probably 2 or 3 kids at EYBL. EYBL was like, I need that kid, and he was one of those kids, and you could see it in them when you watch them play. You know what I mean? If they know how to run plays, if they could spread the court, if they could space, if they know how to help and get back, you could see all that. Like, we've been around the game a long time, so where we notice that. And people that are going to catch it. I don't want to see a guy that's just going to go out there and dunk. I want a tough guy. I want a kid that don't.
And what he's talking about is what is being taught in today's basketball is get up and down the floor and dunk and show your athleticism. That's it. Diamond press, get turnovers in the backcourt, and then just dunk or layup or whatever. But hardly no half court, no half court, no half court IQ, don't have no spacing, don't know movement, don't know. Bro, I swear, I don't know if I had $1 for every time that I watched a high school game or a middle school game, especially at high school, that I just see kids standing around. If they don't have like kids don't know what to do with the ball or without the ball. When the ball is not in their hand, they don't know what to do. They just standing around. No movement, no back screen, no back door, nothing. Just standing around looking at the ball handler, right? And 9 times out of 10, the dude with the ball is trying to most likely do an ISO, right? Because everything's about ISO ball now. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But that's not all. That's not even half of basketball. It's literally a tiny crumb of what an entire basketball game is about. Excuse me. And I can only imagine how stressful it is to be a college coach, and you probably only got 2 years max with a player. 2 years max, because let's be real, kids are not staying at schools anymore with the transfer portal and the NIL and everything like that. And I mean, kids are jumping ship off of teams and moving schools year to year. I mean, I think on average, since NIL and the transfer portal thing has been implemented, I'm pretty sure on average, and I don't quote me, I'm just guessing, but I'm pretty sure on average, like, I think your average player is like averaging maybe 2-3 schools now. You know, they, like, guys are going to 2-3. I mean, some are even reaching 4 to 5 different schools. You know, and it's crazy, right? It is wild. So I can only imagine, and imagine again having maybe 2 years max of time that you probably have with a kid, and you're spending majority of that time teaching basic level stuff you're supposed to learn in middle school. Like, imagine, bro, imagine being a college coach and you spend you only got maybe a year to 2 years max with this kid on your team before they decide that, oh, this ain't working for me. They're going to hit the transfer portal. I'm spending most of that time teaching you basic fundamental basketball stuff you should have learned way back in high school, way back in middle school. And me being a middle school coach, it's like middle school is where all of the learning how to play basketball is actually supposed to happen. And high school is supposed to carry you over to getting you ready for the college game. That's how it's supposed to be. Not get to college and then start learning how to play basketball. Like, that's not how that's supposed to work, right? Each level you go to, next level you go to, is supposed to refine your game, not you being introduced to things. That shows you how much is not being taught on a grassroots level. And and then on top of that, to make it worse, the NBA kids just think basketball is freaking step backs and threes. That's literally it is, and also spamming 10 dribble combos like it's freaking 2K out here. They playing in the park. We got the kids are playing with this 2K logic, thinking that that's basketball, and have no type of IQ as whatsoever. And again, this is not all, but it's becoming a vast majority, you know. And with all that to be said, I'm not going to get on that whole tangent, but I mean, when it comes down to USA basketball, I mean, now that the Kobe's, LeBrons, all the players from my era are old now, and they are pretty much either out the league or on their way very soon out the league. I mean, USA basketball, I think we about to be going back to those days where we was getting like bronze medals, struggling for silver medals, you know, and not being in the gold medal game. Because, I mean, with this current generation of players, I mean, they're skilled, but at the same time, just that brand of basketball, bro, I don't think that's going to cut it on the Olympic level, right? But that's another conversation. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that supporting evidence to what guys like me coming on here on the internet talking against these freaking trainers, calling out these frauds, all this stuff, people not trying to really teach basketball. They're just teaching gimmicks. They're doing all this stuff like that. They're hurting the game. They're hurting these kids in their progression. And you got guys coming up here who only know diamond press and getting up and down the floor. Don't know how to think, don't know how to critically think and have high basketball IQ. There's a lot of low basketball IQ kids out here, but they're so talented, it does carry them, right? And so it's so vital and so important that we gotta start teaching the basics and really teach basketball, you know, instead of being selfish as a coach and just teach your kids how to do a press, right? Diamond press. I literally coached against that crap in my league every single game. Diamond press. Diamond. I had one coach, bro. I swear, I think he freaking had them diamond press us, even though it wasn't working either. Go, he didn't even have a backup plan. It was just diamond press. I'm like, bro, really? And we ended up smacking them, man. You know, so by 20. And it's just like, bro, it's like you telling me you can teach your kids nothing else? You just diamond press? It's wild, man. It's wild out here in Atlanta coaching. But anyway, though, man, y'all hit that like button, slap that subscribe button. And now I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video, man. Y'all be safe, be blessed. Remember, God love you. I'm out.